The Fool is linked to the planet Uranus. And of course, the Eight of Wands is the element of fire. Keep that in mind. Always remember, look at your suit. Now, the element of fire is really important because that's all about what's going on with the background effects in the reading. So if you know your suits and you know that it's the element of fire, you are in a position to be able to work out exactly what's going on around the person that's having the reading. If it's you or if it's the current, it doesn't matter. Okay, so Eight of Wands is the element of fire. If we look at the fact that this card is all about one thing, action. When you've got the suit of wands, you are looking at how somebody will do something, how they will act. So there's only 4 suits. I'm going to be going over that a little bit more later on, but at the moment, I just want to stick with what we've got on the screen. When we've got the Fool, we're looking at the planet Uranus. What's that about? Breaking new ground. It's about things that are incredibly different. So the planet Uranus is something quirky, something different, something new, as is the Fool. But if you know that the Fool card is actually a planet and that the Eight of Wands is a card of action, it's new things will be springing to action. You've only got to look at the Eight of Wands. It's quite an easy card to be able to say, actually, it looks as if things are flying through the air. So look at that literally. Movement. That's exactly what it is. And so that brings us on to the next thing, which is new beginnings are all about good news. The meaning of that major arcana card, keyword we've chosen, is new. It's a little bit like the planet Uranus, trying new things, being innovative. Uranus is also linked to technology. So things that are techie, things that are to do with communication, computers, messages, those kind of things. So we could say that by using planet Uranus, there's something here maybe regarding communication. And we could also look at the fact that it's good news that's on the way. So Eight of Wands is going to be sticking on the screen with us tonight. Another meaning for the card that we're studying, the Eight of Wands, is everything is in alignment. So new things are in alignment. It's all lined up. Yes, it's new. Nothing's perfect. You don't know what you're going into. Look at the picture of the Fool. Looks like he doesn't know what's going to happen next. Maybe somebody's telling him and he's ignoring that. He's traveling light. So look at that. It's new, but everything's in alignment. It may be a bit sort of higgledy-piggledy, but it'll straighten out in action, not in thoughts, not what this person's saying, not what this person's thinking, not what this person is feeling, but in action, what they are doing. Has it manifested yet? No, it hasn't landed yet. We can see that it's coming. It's happening. It's a happenstance. So it's something that's actually happening. When we're looking at what's actually materialized, we'll be going on to the Pentacles, something that's already manifested, something that's tangible. This is the actions, and by the actions, you could go in the kitchen and you could make something great. And you're winning. Eight of Wands. Yeah, we're nearly there. We don't know what's the finished product going to be like. We're not sure of that, are we? Can you see what I'm talking about? It's important that we understand exactly how that's working. If we look at another keyword for the Eight of Wands, very important one, especially in love readings, Cupid's arrows of love. New. We can also know planet Uranus. So something new, something that's just starting, something that's probably quirky. Messages, remember, go back to planet Uranus, things that's innovative. Their style of communication might be slightly different. Oh, want love letters, you won't get them. You probably get text messages or emojis or an email or some sort of chat. It won't be the traditional in the way that you perhaps like it to be. So we've got to look at that as well. Another word that we've got for the Eight of Wands, air travel. Okay, so it's okay if this happens to be coming up as a power. you can't ignore that this might be air travel or land travel. Air because they're flying through the air, but all sorts of travel because we can see movement. And if we're seeing movement, that's what's important. Movement, and we've got that stream there, we've got the landscape to tell us, maybe from one border to another, maybe it's a county, maybe it's a city, maybe it's a village, we don't know. But we can actually say that, yes, we'd be forgiven for thinking that it's air travel. So it's all forms of travel. It's also quick. You don't throw something and it like fizzles, do you? It doesn't flop or glide slowly. Think of it as throwing a javelin. There's force there, there's action. It's fast. And that brings me to the next key point. It's all about speed. Okay, so let's change this and let's go on to the next card. We've got the Magician. And the key word that we got for the Magician is manifestation. So anything that you're manifesting in action is going to happen quickly. That is a given. And anything that you're manifesting is probably with speed, quick action. And we've also got the fact that everything's in alignment and that you are looking at good news. So you're manifesting good news. You're manifesting via your actions, right? So if we actually take that key point away for the Magician and we bring in what is the planet that goes with this, Mercury. What's the planet Mercury all about? It's all about communication. So when you see the Magician, he's got all the tools on the table. We've got the infinity sign. We've also got what looks like a crystal wand there. Got the yellow in the background there that shows us it's all sunny and glowy and doesn't seem to be any problems with clarity. Yellow is always a sunny disposition, cheerfulness. It's our beautiful sort of sunny side of our nature. We've got all that beautiful flowers around there. But it's telling us Mercury, which is the planet of communication, looks all good. Magicians got everything. And so therefore, good news coming via action with the 8 of Wands. So if we take that away, we know it's action. Good news coming via communication. Do you see? All communication is in alignment. Cupid's arrows of love are communication. You're going to get communication. Would you have ever thought of that as a pair? That's what you're looking for. Will I hear from them? This is the pair. Very good example of what to look for in a reading. When somebody says, will I hear from that person? Yeah. You're not looking for what they are wanting to do or what that person wants or what the person they're asking about wants. They're emotions. Emotions do not equal what they will do. Action was things that are tangible. Yeah, a great one there. Let's move this along and keep Cupid's arrows of love for now. Let's say that we have the High Priestess. Keyword is future. Somebody in the future is coming in. There will be Cupid's arrows of love for you. That's what this poem means. They don't know about it yet. The High Priestess, people always think, oh, it's psychic, it's this. Of course it is. But if you're looking to see timing, this is not now. They're not ready. But things are in motion now. They just don't know about it. They don't know about it because of the High Priestess. They may feel it. They may feel it. They may be getting all those messages or those feelings as in intuitively. But Cupid's arrows of love is something that's already in motion. May not have landed yet. We know it's not. They're in the air. Everything's up in the air. It's not in a bad way, but it hasn't landed yet. So they don't know about that. If we look at what the High Priestess is linked to, here we go. The moon. Planet the moon. Emotions, intuition and emotions, very much intertwined. If you know what your major cards, planets or astrological signs are, and I'm doing a bit of both tonight, okay, it's going to really help you. So I said this was going to be a bit different. Hopefully you will get why. I do want to mention everybody that at the moment I'm putting out shorts every day for 2 astrological signs. So that's 6 days a week. And so therefore we kicked off on last Friday I started with Sagittarius and Capricorn. And Sunday I took a break from that and put in some tarot tips, shorts. Why? Because it will help you, because you will see if you go and look at your own sign, so whatever your sign is, it'll come up. And so everybody's got their reading for the week. And this is something I'm doing long term. You can look every week. Don't think, oh, I'll forget because when I make a commitment, I'm here, I do it. You know that. Whenever I'm on the planet, it's been done. I don't like things that are not finished. So I would hate anybody to feel that they're missing out. My point being, there's little tutorials where I will put highlights together on a Sunday if I can, if I get the time to. I did one this week, but I've also put 12 astrological readings. What's my point? Yeah. And have your actual tarot, mini tarot, in less than 60 seconds. Longer shorts are available, so up to 3 minutes. Don't think we've gone as far as that. Over a minute for some of them. My point being, look at how I read the pair for your sign for that week. So if you want to see how I would read those cards, look at short, please, because then you are seeing what I'm saying in a minute about those 2 cards for you or for someone that you actually want to know about. Sometimes people say, oh, I'd rather find out about my daughter or my partner or my mum or whatever it happens to be. Cupid's arrows of love with the moon, you get the point. I'm going to change that and say, you know what? It's also the fact that this person may feel that things are going into action. They may be aware of it. There's a sixth sense, there's a gut feeling. They know that something's coming. They can feel it. And that would be intuition. That's another great word to actually use. Or we've got the fact that the 8 of Wands means good news. And of course, we've got the fact that the High Priestess is linked to the moon, the planet. Brilliant. I've really done it so that people could see my style of reading and how 2 cards work. I'm not going to sit here giving free readings away to people like I used to because it gets very confusing. By putting it on shorts, it promotes the fact that you can go and see what those 2 cards are. And that's exactly why I've done it. You can look at any you want. Look at all of them. Please do, okay? Yes, there are examples of I've done it so that you can see how I read. And of course, if you want to book a reading, you know that that's what it's about. I'm not really promoting. I'm more in the point of saying, please go and have a look at how things are when I put 2 cards together and how I would read that, as in with you in mind. And it's as simple as that. I'm going to take away the High Priestess, the Empress. Does anybody know whether it's an astrological sign or a planet? Okay, let's go for it. It's a planet. Planet Venus. The Empress is connected with the planet Venus. So this is about nurture, this is about beauty, this is about wholesomeness, this is about, I'd say, vitality in the healthiest way you could possibly imagine. Venus, yeah? Nurture, feeling good, being good to yourself. Good news is on the way, something of value coming into your life. That's really what it's about, nurturing oneself. In what way? With good news. If we've got the 8 of Wands, which is what we've got on the screen, everything with that is in alignment. All values, all nurture, beauty. If somebody ever says, what do they think of me? Look at the Empress And in this case, you wouldn't be able to answer what they think. It's, you know what? It goes beyond thinking. I think they're really into you. The Eight of Wands is really good news. They're really valuing you in their life, and they are wanting to progress at speed with you. That's what Spirit's talking about. Things happening fast with you, because there is a physical attraction when you've got the Empress. The Wands is very much physical also. Yeah, so it's not a cup. Venus, good. That's what I wanted it for. That was the main reason, if you like. And the other one was, you know what, if people want to see how I read, there it is. Okay, I'm going to move there and put my comments where I normally have them. I'm happier like that. Okay. What else have I got for you? I've got this. Here we go. Understand the 8 in tarot. Number 8, so a little bit of numerology for you. All right. Keywords are power, authority, abundance, manifestation, and success. So when you're reading tarot, they are really good key words. You know, I put some on the screen for you, but I thought I would actually do it a little bit slower with you and talk you through it. The numerology is very much about manifestation in all of the 8s. So I've put them all up there. You've got the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. And the number 8 is the number of manifestation and power. And then we've got the fact that to get 8, we double 4. So 4 doubled is practicality. And earthy qualities being multiplied. So when we looked at the 4 of Wands, it's all about consolidation, it's all about being grounded, it's all about foundations. So if we double 4, we get the earthy qualities. Things are multiplied. One of the key meanings of this card is authority, because it's associated with leadership and influence in numerology. This is definitely about authority associated with leadership and influence. We're dealing with the number 8, not just the 8 of Wands that I put on there. I didn't want it to get too messy. I just wanted to simplify the message of numerology of 8. And 8 is abundance and success, and it represents wealth and achievement. So whenever we're seeing an 8, it's because that earthy energy is going into abundance and it's going into success, and it represents wealth and it represents achievement, regardless of the suit that we are in. Okay? Regardless of that. Think of 8 as in a geometrical shape. An octagon symbolizes stability. Think of the authority as a stop sign. When you see 8, think of an octagon and go authority. It's not telling you to stop. It's telling you've got the power to be able to control the traffic, to make the stop, to be able to say it's stability. And you've got the authority to do it. Look at it like that. Okay? In the context of tarot, if we've got the 8 of Cups, we're moving on from an unfulfilling situation. Yeah, we've got the power, we've got the authority. No, I'm not staying. It's not what I'm doing. I'm going away. I've got to do my own thing. If we look at the 8 of Pentacles, which I know we've not started yet, but I had to cover it, it's about hard work and mastering something. Yeah, you're making something, but you're working hard and you are prepared to do what's necessary to make all the adjustments to master what it is with skill. 8 of Swords, we've got mental restrictions and challenges, but again, you've got the capacity to be able to break free of those restrictions and challenges. That's what's happening around you. But our figure is not helpless and hopeless. You can remember that from our previous tutorial. An 8 of Wands, rapid movement and lots of different opportunities. Okay, I love that. It always looks like cotton buds to me, but in actual fact, it's snow. And I hope you like the winter weight deck that I put on there for you. Intuitive insights, you need to reflect on where you hold the power in your life. So when you get an 8, where have you got that power? Look at any mental barriers that might be hindering the success that's right in front of you. You might be the person that's just the mindset's wrong. The sequence of everything is lined up and you just haven't seen it or don't see it. We've got symbolism of 8 is power and authority. It emphasizes strength and control in various aspects of our life. It's abundance and wealth. It encourages pursuit of financial success, manifestation. We focus on our goals and we've got the intention to bring them to desire into reality. That's all the 8s, okay? And I promised you, while I've got this up here, that I would show you a deck that I absolutely love, that's very nuanced and goes in very deep. If you look at that, that is not your major arcana looking like it normally does. Look at the World card, look at the Devil card. The Devil's not there. The Hierophant's sitting in the Devil's chair. The World card, we've got Justice turning up there. Look at the Star card, we've got the Hermit sitting in the water. Not the traditional scenes. Death card, we've got the Sun, the inner child, turning up in that. So how does that work? It's a combination deck. And yes, it will really make you think. So I just wanted to say to you, that's exactly what this is all about. Now, the new courses are out, so I'm going to show you that. Take a moment. I'll be back with you in a second. Just have a quick look at this because this is showing you that we've redone the courses. Here we are, and there's the World card. All right, in yellow, because planet Earth, yeah, it's a planet. And of course, 8 of Wands turning up there, showing us that it's speed. For the World card, we have the fact that it's a planet. It's showing us that anything in our world, our worldly desires, is happening at speed and in action. Action, so important that we know that it's all about action. It's speed and quick action. So anything we want in the world that we're actually wanting to achieve, I want to study, I want to travel, yeah, it'll happen quickly. I want to actually go traveling, yeah, there you go. You will travel the world, or you will travel somewhere in the world, and air travel is important. I am looking for love. Somewhere in the world, there is the Cupid's arrows of love for you, that what you've always wanted in your life, what your personal goals are for yourself, your biggest achievements in life. That's really what it's about. But if you need the status of feeling that I need that status to know that I have got somebody that is romancing me, it's that. The Sun card is more a case of for my vitality, for my well-being. I really need to feel that I am getting Cupid's arrows of love coming up in my life. There we are with the Emperor. And the Emperor is not a planet. It's an astrological sign. Okay? So the astrological sign is not the same as a planet. So who is this? First of all, the key word. All right? So we've used the word ambitions for the Emperor. So if we get this as a pair, if you've got ambitions to make things happen in your love life, it's happening. Yeah? If it's a case of, we'll use another example. If you are looking to maybe talk about career, there's good news in your ambitions in your career. No problem there whatsoever. Yeah? So that's a really nice one. If we then just take the keyword for the Emperor away, and we bring in the fact that he is this astrological sign. We're looking here, we're reading for somebody, and we say, there's an Aries energy. Yeah, might not be them, might be an aspect of them, or it might be somebody they're asking about. Now, how do we look at somebody? They phone up and or you do a reading in person. Sorry, it's just I've done phone lines for so long. I use that expression. My apologies. I know there's all different kinds of readings. Somebody asks you, I want to know about Liam. And you say, okay, tell me about Liam. What do you mean? You want to know how I'm going to pick up Liam. You need to know their birthday, or you need to know their star sign. Sorry, passionate Sagittarius. I'm never sure if someone's going to answer, so I can't always wait. Okay. Be on for the next one. Yeah? It's coming, isn't it? If they are asking about Liam and he's an Aries, this is where you look. So you look at the Aries, which is the Emperor, and you look at the second card, which is clarifying what's going on with the Aries. I want to know, do they like me? Oh, yeah, there's plenty of good news. Think of any question at all, and it could be, is this going anywhere? Yeah, it's all about action, good action. And of course, don't forget, it's the element of fire. And is this going to be something that takes long? No. 8 of Wands is quick action. And it's how long will things take? Things are speeding up really quickly, faster than you actually think. From who? The Aries. Why? The Emperor. Because those two cards are combined. On the left is who it is. On the right is what they are doing. Because we're in the suit of Wands. Action, doing. Not what they're thinking, not what they're feeling. What they're doing now. What are the background effects? What's the clarifying card? What does it tell us? It tells us things are happening at speed. Let's play you some more keywords from the 8 of Wands. The podcast, if you want to watch the tutorials that I do here so that you can actually find everything and anything that we've done, the playlist you'll find and the podcast there, okay? So you can go back and you can watch the Swords, Two of Swords, the Fool, whatever you want to do. We started with the Major Arcana cards and we worked our way through the 22 Major Arcana cards. Then I went for the Swords, 1 to 10. And then we went into the Cups. Now we're in the Wands. We'll be going into the Pentacles. You'll find all that on my YouTube channel. And then you can keep coming back to the lessons and make sure that you're happy with what you're learning. Always go back. Great believer in always going back. Traditional stability linked to, as I said, Taurus, for those that just joined us. Everything's in alignment for Taurus. No matter what they're asking, 8 of Wands is a good news card. Its speed, its action, its energy is happening, and it's happening at high speed. So we are looking at combining up Major Arcana card, but learning more about the Minor Arcana card and the Major. And if you missed it, quite a lot of information came up earlier on in this tutorial about the numerology of this card. Please go back over it if you missed it. It's really something that I think you would find very interesting with your tarot studies. And with reading, doesn't matter if you've been reading for years, picking up a little nugget here and there. That's what I go looking for all the time. So let's move on. What have we got next? Okay, we have the Lovers. So this could be, how did you phrase it? Could this be seen as sexual dynamics? This could be, yeah, because you've got the Lovers, but you've got the physical aspect of alignment, okay? So the Lovers, a planet or an astrological sign, yeah? And which one? Okay, you've got Gemini. If you are, please, this tutorial is quite important, because what I'm teaching is how to read for the astrological sign. So when you're saying, how can I find out what they want? You ask their star sign. And there's 12. So there's 12 major arcana cards. There are minors, but we won't go there. All right? We'll be going there after Christmas. We will be going there then. At the moment, we're going deep. I don't do things by halves. If it was the Tower, could this be seen as sexual dynamics? Wouldn't be the first thing I'd think of, but it could be. All right? It would be unsettling. And it probably wouldn't be stable. Be something that's put together and suddenly it moves on, it's pushed, it's forced. I would look at it much more as in the Lovers is Gemini, okay? But the Lovers is also this keyword is, of course, that it's about choices. All right? Don't forget Gemini is linked with Mercury. It could be passionate Sagittarius, but I would definitely say this is much more what you're asking. The devil is the answer to your question, is the devil. That would be the first thing I would look for. The devil is, we're now in physical bondage. This is more, well, I like you. Yes, I want to show you by showing in the choices of the Lovers. And don't think it's just about the Lovers. It's about, it's a card of communication. Because the Lovers is the astrological sign of Gemini. But Gemini is also ruled by Mercury. Can you see? If you know your cards, what is this about? It's about their communication. The choices and their communication. Choices. Keyword was there for the Lovers. I put it up there for you. Mercury. Communication. 8 of Wands. Alignment. What does that mean? Everything's going well. Everything's tickety-boo. It's all the suit. Action. This is, we're in the element of fire. It's all about one thing. Action. And this is a card of good news. Positive. Remember what we looked at in the tutorial, as in when I showed you on the screen, the numerology of 8. Yeah. Good. Excellent. Tying it together. But don't try and do it all. Do one thing really well. Do yourself. I'm a Cancerian. So I would be looking at, I'm not going to tell you, you'll get that in a minute. So you can put your hand up when it comes on the screen. Yes, the key word for the Lovers is choice, but it's Gemini. And if we're looking to read for somebody and they want to know about someone, first thing you do is go, what's the star sign? Because you need to know where to look. So you look for the major arcana card that corresponds with the astrological sign. By using a pair, the right card is telling you what suit is it in, what element is it in. Is it air? Is it water? Is it fire? Is it earth? And from there, so we can all be confused, can't we, by thinking, oh, I've got to look for the 2 of Cups and the 3 of Cups for love readings. I wouldn't tell you what's going to happen. I would just tell you how they feel. And they could wake up tomorrow morning and feel totally differently about everything, couldn't they? In which case, then what have you got? Change your mind. Feel like this today. I feel like I want to be free. I don't want to be tied. I don't want the responsibility. Anyway, right, let's move on. Is this a planet or an astrological sign? Okay. Oh, anybody? All right. Well, I'm just going to turn around and put it on the screen for you. In actual fact, it is an astrological sign. There you go. If you were reading for me, first thing you do is go, Where is the Chariot in the actual reading? There she is. What's going on with her? Oh, she said, oh, just look at me, will you? Now, if we want to go a step further, what rules Cancer? What planet rules Cancer? Does anybody know? Yeah? No? Let's do it. Okay, so we want to go a step deeper, just to know. The moon rules Cancer. So when we're dealing with pairs, it's really good to go for your major arcana, the 12 out of the 22. Don't try and learn 12. Make sure that you do learn 12 in your own time. Take your time. But learn one and learn it really well. And the best place to start is with you. And I say it all the time, please go onto my website. I'll put it on before we end tonight, where you can find the courses, where you can actually get that support, where nobody's ever said to you before, this is how you read, this is the spread, this is what you do with it, this is how you look for Katie, Mary, this is what they're doing, this is what they're thinking, this is what they did, this is what you can get changed, this is where you are, this is the obstacle at the moment, but this is what currently is the obstacle. And based on everything we've got at the moment, if we keep on like this is the likelihood, but this is where we can change it. Timing. People always want to look at timing. Now, I'm not going to tell you about timing on here, all right? It's definitely all coming together. Passionate Sagittarius going for it. Great stuff. I know there is a delay. People might go, oh gosh, she's saying it afterwards. There is a delay. And if I keep you waiting, I'll keep you waiting too long. Okay, feedback people. Have we got any Cancerians tonight? Anyone like me? Yeah? And yeah, our ruling planet is the moon. But in actual fact, the Chariot is our major arcana card. And if we look, and we got this as a pair, whatever question we're asking, the answer is, you, Miss Cancer or Mr. Cancer, yeah? Cancerian, we'll say it, yeah? Are actually looking at getting some really good news. Or we could say, you know what? In answer to your question, everything's happening, action, yeah? This is a time of doing. This is a time of good news for you, Cancer. Yeah, this is a time of everything is lined up beautifully. Action. Not I feel, not I think, because on that previous PDF that I did on this tutorial, for those that missed it, please go back and watch it. The Numerology will tell you all about, I've talked about all of the eights. Yes? The Eight of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, very briefly, to separate the difference. To tell you what the number 8 actually means. To tell you where you can sometimes not always see or think that. Your thoughts can actually get in the way of things. They really can. We're all blessed with that one, aren't we? What do you think of this? Is this going too much for you? I can change the keywords a little, but this is how you are able to extract the information. This is how you're able to find out about the Aries Cancerian. So if you're reading for me, you would go straight into the spread, put all your major arcana cards out, that's 22 of them. You would put a minor arcana card for each of the major. Therefore, you'd end up with 44 cards on the table. And that is what I teach you on the courses. Now, you may go, oh, that's overwhelming. Why? You're only picking up on me and the Aries. Then what? Or then you can read the rest of it. Then you've got everything out. So when you're asked, what about work? You go straight into the position of work. What about what that person's going to do? You go straight into the other person. What about, oh, there's a problem, and you'll be able to see what the problem is because it'll be in the obstacles, but you will be able to see who, what, where, and when that is. And so I know that people do not do this. I know. And in 30 years, I've put things together. I've joined other people's classes, workshops, you name it, courses. Anything I can find, I'll go on it. Not to actually go, oh, I don't do that. It's to actually see what they're saying that I really like. They've done something a bit different. They've said it a different way. You can't reinvent the wheel, but can you see? Yeah? Anyone else? Any Cancerians? Come on, there must be a Cancerian watching. If there's no Cancerians, first person to tell me their sign, I will go to the next major arcana card. Star signs, people. We've got people watching got 6 people watching on YouTube, and we've got various people watching in my Facebook, and we've got people on Twitch. Hey, Aquarius. Okay. Hi, Sylvie. Thanks so much for that. And please come forwards. Don't let it just be Sylvie. We'll do your ones. There are 12, and I've got through quite a few, but there are 12 astrological signs, but I've also gone through the planets. Now, I'll be here for a couple of hours if I go through it all, but what we'll do is pick a mix. So, Sylvie, you're Aquarius. So, what is your major arcana card? Let's go to it. Bear with me a second. My darlings, Sylvie. Yeah, you're an Aquarius, sweetheart. All right, so you're an Aquarius. The star card is Know Your Major Arcana. So now, Sylvie, you already know any Aquarius coming along. You are looking for the star card. If it's not out, put more cards out. I say at the beginning of every tutorial, and I know you're probably tired of me saying it, but I know people are new. So therefore, it's like, why is she putting these two out together? Because you shuffle your deck by dividing them into 22 major arcana cards, 56 minor arcana cards. And so therefore, you've got 2 parts. You've got your major cards on the left, your minor cards on the right. And so you put out all of the major cards and you put 1 minor out next to each major card. It will tell you. And then you look and you go, there you are. I'm looking for Aquarius. There she is. She's a star. For you, Sylvie, all right? Please go and look at my shorts, everybody. I am doing every week. You've got a short coming out. You've got to look at what day it is. But you're all there every week, and that's continuous. So, Aquarius, star card. It isn't a planet. But, yeah, what we want to know is what's going on there with this actual star card. What's going on for that person? But we could also say for you, Sylvie, that it's Cupid's arrows of love because you've got the 8 of Wands. Or we could say, Sylvie, that your question will involve travel, particularly air travel. Or we could say that whatever it is that you're wishing for, because the star card is a wish card, it's going to happen, and it's going to happen quickly. And it's going to happen at speed. All right? It's happening. Why? Because we are in the element of fire. The element of fire is, of course, action. Getting good at this now. It's hard at the beginning. Hey, sweetie, Saggy. So we're a Saggy. So we are now going to put, there you are. Your major arcana card is Temperance, Sagittarius. If you have the 8 of Wands, Sagittarius, you have action. What kind of action? It's all coming from the 8 of Wands. That's a card that's linked, as I've put on before. It is all to do with getting good news. Why? Because all of the actions around you, Sagittarius, are aligned. Okay? If you're asking about love, we could actually say this is Cupid's arrows of love. That is very well known statement and fact, and a good one to have. This card also means air travel. Don't forget, if you missed the beginning of this tutorial, please go back. This is very important. I did number 8 numerology for that. So you could look at all of the 4 suits and what the number 8 means in the 8 of Swords, Cups, Wands, and Pentacles. Okay? And what it means in numerology. We've not even touched on the colours. There is an awful lot that goes on with the planets and the astrological signs. And if you can keep it really simple, know yourself. The reason I said go on my website, I get carried away. What was I saying? I've got a natal chart on there, birth chart calculator. Go on it. It's free. I put it there for your research, for you to say, I want to know about me. Why? Because if you know your sun sign, if you know your moon sign, and if you know your rising sign, you are a combination. You are not just your sun sign. But when we're looking in tarot, we look at the sun sign. And so we need to know what their sun sign is, and you as the reader need to know the major arcana card that's linked to that. Yes, we can go a lot further when we do the court cards, or I'll teach you minor arcana that is also associated with the astrological signs. All right? And that really is mind-blowing. But we need to get started here. We've got Halloween. Are you going to be here with me next Thursday, everybody, when we do the tutorial? We'll be coming to the end of the Wands next week. This Thursday, I'll be doing the 9 of Wands with you. And next week, it'll be the 10 of Wands, which I think, let me look at my calendar. I'm pretty sure the 31st is going to be Thursday. Yeah, it is. So you might be all out trick-or-treating, leaving me lonely. Yeah? Okay, so we got up to, I'll do one more and then I'm going to go because no one else has asked me. We got up to the Chariot, didn't we? The next card. So we've gone from the Fool. We've made it up to there. We've had a couple of special requests. So we've been able to look at Aquarius. We've been able to look at Sagittarius. So Aquarius was the Star card and Sagittarius was Temperance. So Strength card. There's a clue in the picture, isn't there? Yeah? What do we sometimes say about the lion and what it's associated with? Is it associated with the planet? The astrological sign, of course, of Leo, the lion. Yeah? So Leo, quick actions, yeah? But of course, it also is something where you are able to say that good news is coming. And we've got the element of fire. And of course, Leo is also that. So you've got 2 elements of fire. How does that actually come together in a reading? Double fire. Going to happen speedy, quick. Things are happening. They're making it happen fast. They're also looking at making sure that everything and anything that they are doing is really happening at speed. The element of fire, of course, goes into action. In this case, the 8 of Wands as a card is the meaning of good news. And it's also very important that you remember Cupid's arrows of love. Okay? And it's a great card of air travel and timing. We're not doing timing properly. I have to do the courses to do that. I've told you that. I'm not giving you everything. Quick action. Yeah? Leo. Yeah, Leo the lion. Yeah? But if you go onto the natal chart and you find that you have Aries as your sun sign, Capricorn as your moon, let's say that you have Leo as your ascendant, you then would look at your descendant and you would look at Venus. We're up there tonight, as in talking about Venus. Now we know that it's linked with the Empress. We were up tonight turning around and talking about other planets that came up. We talked about Uranus, or Uranus, as I have always called it, which is with the Fool. And we had Mercury, and that was with the Magician, and also the Lover's card. The Moon, of course, came up as the planet for Cancer, Venus came up as the Empress, okay? So we're getting there, all right? There are other planets as well. We will be doing this if you are enjoying this and going on. Are you liking this? Is this, because if not, I can go back to just telling you what the pairs mean. But because I've done the shorts for you, and the reason I did the shorts is I've done you a 60-second to over a minute long short on your astrological sign tarot then YouTube. Go and have a look. See what you're reading this every week. It's a taroscope for you. And it really is the two cards together. I did it so you get an example of what the two cards are. So you can keep looking at that and going, where did she get that from? How did she combine it like that? I haven't just said it. It's because I teach this and I've given you examples of what I would say. So I've given it in a generic way rather than, oh, come on and I'll show you how I do it. Or asking questions, all right? And it's quite hard to just keep coming up with if they're just asking about this, if they're just asking about that, all right? Do go back over what I've talked about tonight, which is very important to look at the numerology. If you missed that, it's right at the beginning of this video. You'll find it in the podcast on Tuesday Tarot Twists, which is all there for you. All right, I'm sure that you've taken in a lot. Okay, don't forget, this is what the birth chart looks like. I need to update this, but you can actually see this birth chart there. It's all free. Go on there. There's your chart. Don't worry about all of that. You go and you look and say, okay, what about me? And you go into your chart and then you go into interpretations and then it will come up and it will tell you all about you. So there you go. Look, there's an example of Jack. His moon is in Capricorn, his Mercury is in Pisces, and it goes on to explain them. And the more, that's all for free. I did it for you to be able to learn how to do a really good reading because you know where to look for Mercury, you know where to look for Mars, you know where to look for Jupiter. You need to know this. What is Uranus? Where does it work? Okay, here's some things that I might talk to you about in the coming times. Yeah, the kind of things that we can talk about, yes or no, star signs, how to find someone, the past, the list goes on. You can screenshot that and always request whatever it is that you really want, okay? There you are. There are the courses if you want them, and we've just updated them. I told you I'd make something a bit special. I wanted it to be full of oomph and zap because we are in that element of fire. And Thursday, yeah, we're going to be doing the Nine of Wands, but we are going to be doing a lot of information about that card. Don't miss it. Make sure that you tune in and see it. If you miss it, it's on the podcast. My lovelies, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your company. Have a super week, and I'll see you Thursday, hopefully. And do take care of yourself and each other. All the best. Until next time, bye for now.